Coach Troy Brown here, IFBB Pro, apexphysiques.ca, your go-to resource for physique development. Good day, people. We are in, obviously, you can see clearly, right? Obviously, I'm in the infrared sauna. I'm doing this because I just had a phenomenal leg workout. Well, for me it was anyway. Not what I used to do, but I'm just showing you what my leg training is currently like, age 47. And I did pretty much all machines today. So I head home and I jump in here for 30 minutes and then I have a nice cold shower just to aid the recovery process. You know I'm big on recovery, right? I think it's a lost art. Most men don't focus on it. They rather focus on the stimulus, but they forget about the core benefits of focusing on recovery even more. There's levels in recovery, believe it or not. So if you're training really hard, your recovery should be just as important as the stimulus of training itself. Anyway, enough from me. I want to show you today's leg workout. Hopefully it gives you some value and you can take something from it. Nothing out of the ordinary, just stimulating the muscles, not trying to put too much stress on the joints. As we all know, once we've been doing this for so long, right, 3 decades, your joints are more receptive to injury. So you've got to stimulate, get a good warm up, and then obviously cool down. But anyway, this right here, the infrared sauna, is a massive part of my rehabilitation, my recovery process, and also mitochondria power, anti-aging. If you got the luxury of having an infrared sauna, this is one of my clients' saunas, and I'm so grateful that she has one. Anyway, enough talking. Hopefully you'll like what you see in the video. And as always, please comment, please subscribe, and also leave a like if you follow my material, if you get any value from this video. Have a good day and enjoy the rest of the leg session. Cheerio, governor. Okay, governors, we're going to go over the warm-up here. I did 2 exercises previously, dead bugs and bird dogs with isometric holds with the bird dogs. And then I usually love to do beginning, and I end also sometimes, with walking lunges. I'm a massive fan of walking lunges. I think they're an all-round great exercise to give you more development from a side-on profile, more roundness to the glutes and hamstrings and quads. But also they're a great way to open up the hips and also to prepare the rec fem. And also proprioception too, balance. I think that's important as we age, right? A lot of people don't really focus on balance in the physique world, if you will. And I think for the mature lifter, that's important. But anyway, walking lunges can be done with a slight forward lean, which will allow you to get more glute activation. And then if you do it more with an upright posture, you'll get more quad activation. So depends on where you really want to put the exercise. But walking lunges for me are an absolute staple. I love doing them. Even just with body weight, I get a tremendous burn in the glutes and hams and the quads. So that's exercise number 1 for the warm-up. I usually do about 3 sets for the walking lunges, 2 lengths, which equals 1 set. So I usually do 3 sets there. Now this is my last set here on the line leg curl. I go to failure here. I find that you got to select the right movements as you age to go to failure on. Here I love to do the pause in the bottom, which I learned from Jay Cutler. He does a lot of the bouncing in the bottom, or he pauses in the bottom towards the end of the set. And I usually take this to failure. I try and drive my hips into the pad, which allows me to get further hip extension, which allows me to activate the hamstring much more effectively. I tend to do about 3, maybe 4 sets at the most on the line leg curl. Anyway, this is one of my favorites. I do the good morning on the power squat, which I'm a big fan of, the power squat, and I find it's a lot safer as opposed to putting on a barbell on your back. I can't use a barbell because I have external rotation problems. But here I'm going fairly heavy here, 4.5 plates, not to boast, not to brag, but the goal is to get the hips away from the center of mass. I'm trying to get my glutes to kiss the wall behind me. That's important. And that way you're allowed to get your hamstrings to fully lengthen while they're contracting, by the way, and also getting a ton of glute activation here. My knees are nice and stable throughout. I usually do about 3 sets here, build up slowly with the load. Now I'm going to go straight into my quad workout. I usually do a lot of warm-up sets here on the power squat. I like to keep nice and tall on this, and I keep my feet fairly down the platform, but my goal is to stay upright to get it all on the quads. I usually start with 2 plates and 3 plates aside and work my way up to 4. And I believe today I did 5 plates aside, which is pretty good for me, due to having a lot of discrepancies around my knees and my lower back just from years of lifting, wear and tear. But I love to do mobility just to help with my allows me to get more range of motion anyway. So that's the power squat. This is 4 plates aside. Next one is 5 plates aside, where I go a little bit heavier. Obviously I've got the belt on here, I'm nice and slow on that first rep. Notice I don't come up to the top. I was reading some research recently about there's no evidence to show that if you keep constant tension that it helps with hypertrophy. I disagree. I just think that I like to create constant tension. I even promote that with my clients too, constant muscular tension, even though the research shows it doesn't help with hypertrophy. But we all got our beliefs, right? Anyway, so that's my power squat there. I usually do about 4 sets there. My rep range is around 10 to 12. Sometimes I go even higher with 15 and even higher sometimes. I do love high reps with legs. This is the horizontal leg press. What I love about this one, it's unilateral. So you got to balance it out. I find that's really important is if you are using this particular machine, you got to keep both legs working together in a nice straight line. Notice that my lower back, my lumbar spine is pressed into the pad, my core is braced, and I'm trying to get nice and deep here. I always like to keep my feet fairly low down the platform. I usually do about 4 sets here. Rep range anywhere between 15 to 20 and sometimes higher if I'm feeling really good. I just find that my legs have grown over the years due to doing high reps, which is maybe a lost art. A lot of people tend to go really heavy and do moderate reps. I find for me, if I look at cyclists as an example, what do? They've got great leg development, but they do a ton of volume and a ton of reps. Okay, up next, we got just a conventional leg extension. I love doing these sometimes before to pre-exhaust the quads, or I'll do them at the end. I used to do them back in the day with my old mentor, Harold Maroulier, and we used to do it at his gym in Crawley called Forest Gym, and we did a lot of singles back in the day. I love singles. Notice I'm pushing down on the handles. Pushing down on the handles elevates your glutes off the pad, which allows you to get more VMO, more vastus medialis. I just go to failure here, and I just keep the weight and my foot pushed away. If you figure out how the machine works, right, look at it, it's going away from the body. So I kind of direct my toe forwards, which allows me to activate the vastus medialis. If I'm trying to get more vastus lateralis, more rec fem, I'm going to hold onto the handles and push my glutes down into the pad. That's it, we're all done now. That was a pretty good workout. I have a bit of a twinge in my hip flexor. I actually fell asleep on the couch last night, and we got a very small couch, and my hip was basically flexed for about 6 hours. I fell asleep for 6 hours on the couch. Anyway, woke up this morning, my hip flexor was really tight, and then I felt my adductors today when I was squatting on the power squat machine. But anyway, we got it done. More hamstring focus today. But this is what legs look like now at age 47. A lot more machine focus. We did a lot more warm-up sets. But I took you through pretty much my entire workout, basically, my entire leg workout. This is my second workout of the week for legs. I did more glute focused on, I think it was on Tuesday, today's Sunday. So I gave it about 5 days in between. Then I hit legs again. Whereas back in the day, it was more, I would just do one leg workout a week, and obviously a lot more heavy than what I did today. But you see, as you get older, you may have to stimulate the legs twice per week in order to keep the mass there, in order to keep the fullness there, in order to keep the shape there. So that's what I find for me. I'll kind of fluctuate between quads in one session, more dominant quad workout, and in the second workout, I will do more hamstring work, a more hamstring bias. So, and now I've just started incorporating a lot more glute work too. So I try and encompass more glute work on the hamstring workout. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you got any value from this video today, as always, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment below, and I will definitely get back to you, brother. Anyway, that's it for me, Coach Troy Brown, the Governor, signing off for another edition of Governor in the Trenches. Governor in the Trenches. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and cheerio. God bless.